Coming up on Dig It, because I saw your mum was very organised and she did funeral lists for you and told you exactly how she wanted the funeral to run.
We thought if we don't do exactly what she said, something awful's going to happen and she'll haunt us. She'll come out of the bread bin or something. That was a bit frightening.
She bought pants from Pasha. I mean, you see, if I went into Pasha, I wouldn't be able to buy pants. They wouldn't fit me. They'd be like little tiny thong strings that would go right on my bum. I would never. You see, that would fill me with horror because there's no M&S.
I'm sorry, I'm mentioning hosepipes.
Constant water reference.
Now I want to go. I need to get to the quince tree.
3 women who need to wee desperately.
All of that right after this. This episode is sponsored by Starling, the bank that helps you organise your money, build great habits and stay in control of your spending.
Jo, I want you to think back to the early days with Disco Steve, before online food shops, before everything was an app. How difficult was it trying to work out who was paying for what?
I think in the beginning, we kind of didn't know who was paying for what. It was always, well, I'll get this one. You got that last one. But then the longer we were together and it came to things like electricity bills, we had to get organised. We had to work out a system. And it wasn't really anything major, but it was all those little everyday expenses that actually required a conversation.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? They're not the exciting parts of living together, but they are the things that come around every single week, the essentials.
Exactly. Thankfully, these days, it's very different. So our online food shop comes out automatically. The household bills just tick along in the background. And because everything goes through our joint account, we don't really have to think about it anymore, have those conversations.
That's what's so great about Starling's joint account. You can open it together in just a few minutes while still keeping your own personal accounts. So you've got one place for all those household costs. The app even breaks down those costs for you with insights into your shared spending habits.
You can also get instant payment notifications and you can set up spaces for things like holidays or maybe the next big garden project.
And if your household grows, the account can grow with you. You can link a child's debit card to it, so everything sits together under one roof. Search Starling to find out more.
Good with money starts here.
Dig It is sponsored by Panda London.
Zoe, the last time that we talked, you mentioned that you actually came close to booking a hotel room with aircon because it was so hot in your bedroom at night you were going to move into a hotel. How are things now? How's it going lately? Because it's not got any cooler.
I can tell you that I have not checked into a hotel, but I have been trying out Panda London's bedding. They sent me a really light summer duvet, which is amazing. And I've tried their new sheets that are quite silky. They do things really differently. They create premium luxury bedding with bamboo at the heart of everything, Jo.
Yes, because of course bamboo is perfect for hot nights. It's thermoregulating, so it reacts to your body temperature. And it's breathable, helping increase airflow and ultimately keeping you feeling fresh.
It's also incredibly soft. It's gentle on the skin, naturally antibacterial and hypoallergenic. So all of that makes it heatwave friendly right through the summer.
Plus, bamboo is one of the world's most eco-friendly resources, making it a more sustainable choice for better bedtimes.
Head to pandalondon.com and spend over £50 to get a free bamboo eye mask with your order using code DIGIT.
Yeah, that is pandalondon.com using code DIGIT, D-I-G-I-T. Hi diggers and welcome to another show. We've got Zoe here and obviously we've just come back from holiday. We're a little bit discombobulated. This is a special episode today. We have Mel Giedroyc who'll be joining us a little bit later on in the show. So we're going to be chatting to Mel, which is going to be a riot because it always is whenever we chat to her. But that's to look forward to. She's going to be talking about her brand new book, which is called The Comeback. Zoe, how are you? What was it like? How was the rest of the holiday? And also you did some festivaling as well.
Oh, I've had lovely holidays, lovely catch up with friends, with the kids, my friends' kids. Went to We Out Here festival, which was brilliant. But the main headline, my end, Jo, is just want to say well done to our Nell and to my nephew Albie and to Jacoby and to Max and Lauren and Jen and Bella and all of Nell's amazing friends who did brilliantly in their GCSEs. Our girl absolutely smashed it and we are so proud of her. Yeah. And just like, she needed her English and maths to get into the college where she's going, but she smashed all of them. It was like,
oh my gosh,
we're so in awe of her because she worked really hard on her exams. And a big shout out to Thomas, who he really helped her with her maths. He's a tutor. He helped her with maths and geography, and he's so impressed. He's like, she's done even better than I thought she could do. And to lovely Isabel, who helped with extra English as well. So proud of her. Honestly, it makes me want to cry. Actually, I'm so
Oh no, that's so lovely, because we went through this. Like went through your stress and your strain, and Nell's as well, the anxiety and just that kind of knowing the pressure was on her, but then you obviously not wanting to overload her either. So yeah, that's wonderful. She obviously got her head down and just did all the work.
She really
and now has
did.
done all the playing
and
as well.
And now done all the playing, yeah. And then she gets to go and celebrate at Reading this weekend. Every parent's nightmare.
Yes,
but I'm so thrilled. So listen, shout out to all our diggers who've gone through this with their kids, and I hope that most of the kids have done well and don't have to do too many resits. But also we've got to remember that it isn't everything doing well at GCSEs, and loads of people, me included, could go out and work and get jobs and do well without getting amazing GCSE results as well. So although we're really proud, whatever you've gone through in your household with your kids, I hope everyone's doing all right and there's not too much disappointment amongst the kids, because it is a big ask of them.
And there are always options. If it doesn't go the way you kind of thought it was going to, it's fine. You just deviate and you get help from other people, and it'll pan out in the end. So there's no need to panic, although I understand there is initial panic. You've got Reading and Leeds coming up this weekend. Coca's going to be going as well, so maybe she can meet up with Nell. And it is that rite of passage, isn't it? It's what kids who want to and kids who are able to go to Reading and Leeds, and it's like some kind of initiation ceremony over the whole weekend.
I know. Well, after Nell went to Boardmasters, and Boardmasters was quite hairy at times. My Nell spent a bit of time in welfare down there, so I just really like to send loads of love to people who were working at Boardmasters, looking after the kids who had quite a tough time. But this is a festival that was started by all the surf gang, and it's such a lovely event, and it's down in Cornwall. So I'm really hoping and praying there's less of that behaviour at Reading Festival. But I'm on hand. I am nearby. I am on hand to scoop and rescue, like the claw in Toy Story, just to come in and be the mum claw to pull Nell out if it gets a little bit hairy.
I'm so sad that it's become this, because Reading was a massive deal to me when I was getting into music and just beginning to go to festivals. I went there and had the time of my life, and it was just about the music. It was just about seeing the bands, and that's it. Pure and simple. I know Coco's extraordinarily apprehensive about it and was saying, I don't know if I do want to stay over. And I was saying, no, it'll be fine. But then, like you, I was saying, I will obviously take you and I will pick you up if it's not fine. I will do that. Not everybody is able to do that, but also why and how. And I really wish it wasn't this situation where the kids are getting scared of going to festivals, because they're only young. They're
so young. So the thing is, I think generally festivals are great, but I know as parents we do worry about how our kids are going to be. Sometimes you only hear about the negative stuff and we forget that there's really amazing stuff that goes on at these festivals, and lots of kids have a really, really good time. So check in, kids. Let us know that you're doing all right if you're going off to festivals. That's often the worry. I was at a festival this weekend, which I loved. We Out Here, Giles Peterson's festival. It's amazing. I think you would love it, Jo. It is such
tell me what's it like?
Oh, God. It's in Dorset. It's so beautifully laid out. You can swim. You can go swim in this lovely river. You can go paddleboarding. There's loads of people wandering around. You can have saunas and there's hot tubs, and the stages are wonderful. I'm obsessed with Kofi Stone, who I'd never seen perform. Sampa the Great, oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Both of them next level. Mike, fantastic rapper called Mike. So I've seen so many, they're new to me. I'm sure Nell will be like, oh, for goodness sake, Mum, how have you never heard of Kofi Stone? He's brilliant. He was amazing. He's from Birmingham. Goodness me, he's fantastic. But also these little there's a secret disco. Ollie, who works on the pod, actually ran into him and his girlfriend, and she told me where the secret disco was. There's the Grove. There's just all these different places to go and dance. There's a roller rink, Jo. a roller rink. Come on.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I just thought perhaps not.
I couldn't.
But I loved watching everyone doing it. It was great. Anyway, if you're looking for a festival to go to next year, I can fully recommend it. I've had some friends who've been going for a few years now, and they were a bit like, shh, don't tell everyone, because it's still quite small. I think there was apparently a lot more people this year because Glastonbury hadn't happened, but it's fabulous. Thank you to Giles Peterson and his amazing team for putting on such a gorgeous weekend. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
So there's so many different boutique festivals that are going on all over the place.
I ran into so many diggers in the wild. Firstly, every other person was like, Joe Wiley, hey Joe Wiley. There was a great guy who came to lend me and the lodgers some moustaches, and he was like, are you Joe Wiley? I was like, no. He's like, are you Sarah Cox? I was like, no, try again.
Oh, God.
It was great.
Fern Cotton?
Fern Cotton, I know. Go through all of them. But I must mention Melissa, who was celebrating her 60th birthday. She had never been to a festival before. She had gone big. She was with her grown-up kids. She was so lovely. I met her when we'd gone to watch Mike, I think. She also used to be a teacher. She's now a gardener. She's not a garden designer. She is a gardener. So she's had that lovely career change. What a lass.
Yeah.
I'd like to mention Lucy, who's a really young digger, who used to listen to me on The Breakfast Show, and she was so gorgeous. And she said, I'm so fully prepared now. I've learned all about the menopause. So Lucy, gorgeous to meet you. And we were waving wildly at her friends. And also, would you believe it, in all the places in all the world, I ran into Tash, clitoris chrysalis lady. She just came up to me and she went,
what are the chances
I
of
am
that?
the clitoris lady.
Oh my God.
There's a picture of her there, which I love, because now obviously we've met lovely Tracy, who danced her coil out. I've clitoris chrysalis lady.
I can't believe this happens. I can't believe it.
Great. But I also met lovely Claire, a digger, in the queue for coffee. So many diggers out in the wild, and really lovely to see them all having so much fun. We out here, diggers, we love you and adore you.
So we're done with our holidays now, and some people have still got to go on their holidays, but it's been such a lovely time just to be away for a couple of weeks and kind of just get my act together personally, but just for everybody to have a break and just to enjoy each other's company. But sometimes I come back from holiday and I feel like I need another holiday. You know, that feeling. There's just so much to pack and to do, and all the paraphernalia that comes with it. I don't know whether you saw Fern, the lovely Fern Cotton, did a thing about how she went on holiday, went to Ibiza, and she forgot to pack any pants for the holiday. So she took everything else, took all the essentials except the pants. So she had to go and buy some pants from Pasha, I think. And that's I think I've told this story before on Dig
from
It.
Pasha. I mean, you see, if I went into Pasha, I wouldn't be able to buy pants. They wouldn't fit me. They'd be like little tiny thong strings that would go right on my bum. I would never. See, that would fill me with horror because there's no M&S or Stripe and Stare in Ibiza. It would be a panic for me.
I think I told this story before that I did when I saw Fern do that. I was like, oh my God, I literally did exactly the same thing, but like 15 years ago when I took I took the family on holiday, and then I left one vital suitcase at home. My dad called me up and he was like, I've just found a suitcase upstairs. And I went, oh, okay, we thought the airline had lost the suitcase. I've been on the phone to them for ages, getting really cross, but we'd left Jude and Cass's clothes behind. So they had nothing to wear. I mean, not just didn't have any pants, but they had no clothes to wear. So we went to Pasha and we bought them T-shirts. So they just wore that, like literally I kept washing the same pair of pants every day, and they wore Pasha T-shirts, and that was their wardrobe for the whole time that we were in Ibiza. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens with the craziness of packing to go away.
It does. I take way too much. I had a lovely conversation with my brother Nick, who was celebrating his 50th. His last Tiff, his girlfriend. We were talking about will someone next year say, these are the things you wore. You do not need a suitcase and a half. I'm always like, with the suitcase and a half, I'm like, that's my pod kit. That's my travelling pod kit. But it's actually full of toiletries as well. But I wish each year I could just remember that you basically wear 3 things, 3 dresses, a couple of swimsuits, and And you can rotate your pants because you wash them and stick them on the radiator or stick them outside to dry.
I think I always do the same thing with toiletries. And whenever you have the weigh-in, other people, diggers will know this feeling of the suitcases go on and everyone just looks at me and the whole family start laughing and taking the mickey and they're like, oh, let's see what mum says. I bet she's over, excess baggage. And sure enough, mine is always the heaviest. I think the heaviest has been 26 kilos at one point. But when we get on holiday and I get oh, mum, have you got any shampoo? Mum, have you got the conditioner? Have you got this medicine, that medicine? And I have it all because I've rammed it all into my suitcase. So that is why it always weighs the most, because I've thought ahead for everybody else and I've packed for everybody else.
Yeah.
And put it all in my suitcase.
Exactly.
Antisan, Afterbuy.
What it is. Yeah. I've got all that. Yeah. Oh, can I borrow that really nice body cream you've got? Well, yeah, sure you can. So that's why our bags weigh so much. It's not my really heavy, massive pants.
Yeah. Should we have a think about the things? And again, diggers do this with us. The things that you take on holiday with you without fail every single time, but you never wear. You never get them. You never unpack them. You leave them in the suitcase. You never ever get round to using them. And then the essential things that you always take and you just wear constantly, or any random things that you always take. So I don't know about you, but I've got them in front of me now because I've just been doing my unpacking and I just was like, didn't use those. So I always take face masks and I take them for everybody. I take them for all the girls. I'm like, right, we're going to have one night. We'll do face masks and we'll have a really nice time. So I took a bunch of these, which are amazing face masks. Didn't use them, didn't get them out of the suitcase, never ever got to have a facial. So face packs, always take them, never use them. Nail varnishes, I always take my nail varnishes. Nailberry, really, really amazing nail varnishes. Always take them, say we're going to put nail varnishes on, we're going to have a beauty night. Never ever does that happen, ever, literally.
And they're in glass bottles, they're going to weigh a ton. They are going to weigh a ton, those, aren't they?
They do.
For me, it's the clothes. There's just so many clothes. I did wear my gym kit twice. It's like, I'll take my gym kit. I'll take my, Pilates bands. You get on holiday, you just don't bother, do you? You just don't bother.
We went to Cornwall. I took trainers and I took weights. I took dumbbells with me.
Oh, my Lord.
Never used them at any point on the holiday. So when we went to Italy for the second week and I left the trainers and I was like, I'm just not going to run. That's not going to happen. But what I did take, what I did use, and I do this every single time, I'm just going to reach forward and get my stash. So flip-flops, my black Havaianas, I have had these for decades and decades, and they're in fashion this year. So suddenly I'm fashionable, but they're the only shoes I wore for the whole holiday pretty much.
Yeah.
So I love my flip-flops. Black Havaianas, can't go wrong with them. Migraleave, always get a migraine whenever I go on holiday because you get stressed, and then the stress goes and then your migraine comes. So I always take Migraleave and I always end up using it, sadly. And a pillow. I always take this mini little pillow that I bought years and years and years ago from Designers Guild, I think. I can't get one again. So I always take this on holiday. It's great for when you're on planes, when you're in the car, when your neck is aching, and then to put between your legs when you go to sleep at night. So I always, always, always take that pillow. And if I ever leave it behind, I will be absolutely done for.
Brilliant.
So that's my essential packing tips.
There we go. I've got so much unpacking to do because I had to get back from Ibiza, do a really quick turnaround, go to London to see Wilco, who were incredible, and then go to a festival. So now I've just literally come in this morning before the pod and thrown everything, the entire house. It's like, oh my Lord. So I've got to go and deal with that. But that'll be good. Back to school vibes, go and do the washing.
I just need to mention when we landed last night, we got to Heathrow and going through arrivals, and I saw these people and they were sharks. I saw these inflatable sharks waiting to greet somebody off a plane. There was a pink one and there was a blue one, and then there was a slightly embarrassed man between the two of them. And I was like, I cannot leave this alone. I've got to find out the story behind this. And I was thinking maybe it's, a child that they're greeting or something. But I went and spoke to Melissa and Spencer. So Melissa was the pink shark, Spencer was the blue shark. And they were waiting for their friend, who is a brilliant woman who I now follow on Instagram. She's called Sal. And she had just been to Mexico. They were waiting for her to come back from Mexico, and she'd had a stem cell transplant.
Right.
So her immune system was completely kaput. So that's why they were in the shark suits, so that they could hug her, but they would all be safe. And she'd been away for a month, so they were beyond excited to have her back. And John was her husband, who was the one who looked incredibly embarrassed by his friends dressed up as sharks. And they were obviously all reunited. I didn't actually see the reunion, but I've now been hooked up with Sal, and she's an amazing woman. She's battling quite a lot of health issues, but she's as cool as anything, really into her music. And it was just the most amazing sight to see, though. So sharks waiting for someone to greet them off a plane. And I just want to say hi to all of them. So to Sal and to Melissa and to Spencer and the embarrassed John, hello to you. You brightened my evening. When I got off the plane yesterday, I was like, that's what an amazing thing to do for a friend who they obviously love her so much and they just wanted to make her laugh. They absolutely succeeded in that 100%.
There you go, Sal. Take care, gorgeous girl.
Maybe other diggers have also got dressed up as weird things at airports and to greet people coming off planes. So if you have, you can let us know. Just the show notes is where you go to.
Time for a quick break now, but the hilarious and brilliant and adorable Mel Giedroyc joins us next. This episode is brought to you by the new L'Oreal Paris True Match Hyaluron Tinted Balm.
Zoe, you are looking really, really good at the moment. What's been going on? Have you got some new things in your makeup bag?
Oh, thanks, honey. Yeah, do you know what? I feel like I'm on a bit of a foundation journey at the moment. You know me, new one comes out, I try it, and I've really struggled to find one that works for me the way they used to. I think it's like accepting your skin's changed. You know, when you want something that finally feels like your own skin, something quite light, that gives coverage without that heavy foundation feel.
That's all we want, isn't it? It's just what I just want to look like I looked 30 years ago, probably. But yeah, something really, really natural. So what have you found? I need to know.
Well, I am liking the L'Oreal Paris True Match Hyaluron Tinted Balm. It's all about enhancing what you've got rather than just covering. And it feels like a whole new era of foundation.
Okay, so how's it different to everything else that we've tried?
Well, it's got this gorgeous melting balm texture, which I'm showing you here, which glides onto your skin. Look, you get a little pad here, that goes on. You've got a little mirror.
Okay.
And it gives you a breathable, natural finish. Look, I'm showing you that on the back of my hand there.
Okay, I'm up for this.
And it's 80% skincare in your shade to help hydrate your skin, support the skin barrier, and minimise the appearance of fine lines, all while giving you beautiful, natural looking coverage.
If you're ready to give your foundation routine an upgrade, discover your perfect shade of the new L'Oreal Paris True Match Hyaluron Tinted Balm online or at your nearest Boots or Superdrug counter.
Big treat for you this week, from soggy bottoms in the bake-off tent to her poker face in Last One Laughing. This week's guest is a comedy genius who's been entertaining us for over 30 years.
She's a best-selling author, much loved TV presenter, and of course, one half of the iconic duo Mel and Sue. And we love her.
A big dig it welcome to the brilliant Mel Giedroyc. Hello, Mel.
Hi, Zoe. Hi, Jo.
Hi, hello.
How's your
So
summer
good to see.
been, darling girl?
Listen, now, here's the thing. It's back to school, isn't it?
Totally
It's back. There's a whiff of autumn in the air, isn't there? A slight chill and just the sad truth of the brain being absolutely fudge and not remotely re-engaged or connected with anything to do with work / anything serious.
It's really exciting this week for you, Mel, because you've got your new book out, The Comeback, which drops tomorrow if you're listening on Wednesday. It's out this week if you're listening later in the week. Your first novel was a bestseller. A bit of a gap in between. You've been a busy girl.
Yes. Bit of a gap in between. Sort of for sort of for many reasons. Shambalism, that always comes into play. Always slightly just putting it off. Just parking it, do you know what I mean? Just saying, I'm happy with this. Just going to park it for a couple of years.
Procrastinate a little while, yeah.
Luckily, got my act together sort of in the last year and actually really enjoyed it and thought, what the heck was I doing? I love writing. I'd like to write a few more of these if that were possible. So, it was good fun to write. It's hopefully it's a comedy and it'll sort of bring a few laughs in for people if they enjoy a read.
It's about writing about women in midlife. There may be one or two of those watching Dig It, listening to Dig It right now. So tell us all about Jill and the journey she goes on.
Absolutely. Set in Leatherhead.
Love
Gotta say that.
Up the road. Shout out to Leatherhead. Is that?
Come on, big shouts.
Is that where you're from? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So you know it well.
I was born in Leatherhead, stayed there for 11 years, always been obsessed with it. And my aim is to, if the publishers are watching, is to write the Leatherhead trilogy.
Love it.
So the first one was set in Leatherhead. The second one is also set in Leatherhead. This one is set in the theatre. And Jo, back to your question, Jill Piper, who is the heroine of this particular book. She lives and breathes theatre, basically. It's in her bloodstream, and she looks at anything in life and sees it as a potential to make a show. So she could be literally in a car park and she'll see that as a kind of space for a one-woman site-specific show about the rights for car park attendants and everything therein. So she's there's a lot of the 80s, I would say, in Jill Piper. She's a lady of a certain age. I hate that expression. I'm sorry for using it. She's in her late 40s and she never quite made it as a performer, but she's coming back to Leatherhead to try and reignite the youth theatre and recruit. She has to recruit something like 60 youths of Leatherhead. And there's a massive huge clash between her and the artistic director of the Edith Evans Theatre in Leatherhead, which is fictitious, who is I'm going to just say it, she's a massive old ham. She's been there for way too many years. She had her sort of heyday in the 70s.
Yeah.
She was kind of Britain's top totty, huge telly star in the 70s. And she has an iron grip on power and on the theatre. So the idea that this newbie is coming in to try to sort of steal her thunder is hopefully brings the drama and also the comedy.
Is there an element of arriving at a point in your life and realising that things haven't gone quite the way you imagined, that your life hasn't panned out how you wanted it to be, and how you come to terms with that and how you move forward?
Yeah, I think it's about that, and also thinking, hang on, the doors aren't closed yet. There are many doors that can open. I can maybe do something a little bit different, but along the same lines, or something totally different. I think pretty much every single character in the book, and it is a big cast of characters. Note to self, next book I write, fewer characters, less plot, less pages, much less complicated. Anyway, there's a huge cast of characters in this book. And I think every single one of them, in a way, has a second chance. Yeah. So I think it's a book about second chances as much as kind of thinking, oh, I've reached the end of the road. Well, there's a bit of that, and there's got to be sort of light and shade with these things, I think, hasn't there? And there are laughs in the book, but there are also sort of slightly tender, thought-provoking, bittersweet storylines woven through it as well.
I think I feel like I know a lot of these characters, Janice and the Lovelaces. You know, it's like you know
thanks,
people
Zoe.
Like this. You really, really do. And
thank you.
And the young uns, were they quite fun to write as well?
Oh, God, so much fun. So get this. I don't know why I did that. I just thought somebody might be looking at us. So we've just come back from a wedding in Kansas, in literally the middle of nowhere. Oh. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, incredible. The second cousin of my husband's youngest daughter. If you can sort of go with that.
Yeah, got it.
And we're in Kansas at this wedding, and it was incredible. So half of it was kind of real wholesome, down-home Kansas folk. Wonderful, absolutely brilliant, amazing on the dance floor. And then the young'uns in this family of second cousins are all influencers in LA.
Oh, what?
So the other half of the ruddy wedding is this extraordinary bunch that have just beamed in from LA. I don't understand. I don't understand. I love them. I don't understand what it is they do.
We were talking recently about the scrutiny of people, you know, like Holly and Claudia having their second chance or having an opportunity to do something really fun and have a and then being, you know, lambasted or just being given a really, really hard time unnecessarily. Is that something? Do you have a view on this?
I just think it's jealousy, probably.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing about, and maybe it is a thing which is more targeted to women. It's like you can go so far, but stay in your lane. Don't you be thinking that, you can, God forbid, try something else. I think it might be something to do with that, which really bugs me, frankly. I just think, we should all be trying different things. And, I've got this quote, actually. I'm so sorry. God, I'm so pretentious.
You're not.
Read it. You're not at all. You're very, very normal. Go on.
Can you read that without specs? Wow.
Right.
Great
Actually, I was going
eyesight.
to pretend that I could, but they're going on. They're going on. Ever tried, ever failed, never mind, try again, fail better. Samuel Beckett.
Samuel Beckett. You see,
I love that idea of failing again and failing better.
Yeah.
Failure. And I have to say, The Comeback, my book, is all about failure, picking yourself up.
I think that's the risk of failure puts so many people off trying new things. I remember a therapist once saying to me, what if it wasn't a disaster? What if it didn't go wrong? What if it went well? And there's that thing that it's okay, but it might go okay. If it doesn't, you've tried it, you've given it a shot, then try something else. I think, you're right. And we need the room, don't we, to be able to do that. And we need the love and support from our dear friends and our families and to just give something a shot. Because that's what we're trying to encourage our kids to do, isn't it?
Do you hesitate, Mel, to do things sometimes when jobs come along, and do you just get the fear and think, I'm not going to put myself there? Or do you how do you make yourself seize an opportunity?
I don't know if it's an addiction to it, but I feel if I'm not a bit scared every few months, then something's awry and I start to worry. Yeah, that's probably a bit weird,
I don't think that's weird.
No,
my dad
great.
always said, because I used to talk about nerves, because I get so nervous about things, but he's like, you care. That's the passion. You care. And he's like, and if you're not feeling that, then you've lost interest. So you need that sort of like, the nerves is excitement in a way.
I think that's right. I think nerves it's all adrenaline, isn't it? And adrenaline is our motivator and it gives us, but at the same time, you don't want to be one of those people that is always having to go and I'm not saying doing a skydive or anything like that, but no, you want to sort of relax. And also I'm a great believer as well. And also it's bad if you're a terrible show-off / exhibitionist, but to let it be time for the young'uns to come in and take centre stage. I am aware of that, I don't want to sort of be that person that's always sticking their increasingly old face at the heart of things going, hello, me again,
You've got girls, haven't you? You've got girls. So you do naturally, when you've got kids, you do that thing of stepping back and those, it's like, I'd always go into a dance routine back in the day when they were younger and do impressions and stuff like that. And then you realise you get older, you're like,
pull back.
Oh gosh, no, this is your turn. Fall back, you and your friends. And it's actually, I really loved that feeling of, it's all right. I don't have to be. Let me tell you about the time.
Yes. I have to say, I'm now slightly champing at the bit to get a bit more attention because I feel I've been doing that for 20 years. And now is the time to hence my shrine, which is literally the room, which is all posters of Sue and me. It's tragic. Absolutely
it's not tragic. It's wonderful.
It's like Alan Partridge. It's like that awful, terrible scene where he gets trapped in the shrine.
In the shrine, he goes round the man's house.
There you are.
Do you remember when he's running, literally trying to get the car open? That's literally what I've created.
But that friendship you've got is so valuable, isn't it? And I bet you don't speak to each other every day, or maybe you do. I don't know. Or is it one of those natural things that you'll suddenly slip into after a week or a month?
Yeah, we to be honest, it sort of goes in phases. We'll have really intense phases where we're speaking to each other, seeing each other the whole time. And actually, we're in one of those at the moment, which is just lovely. And we're going to Edinburgh tomorrow to the festival, which is part of the book launch for The Comeback, which I'm really excited about. We've got an hour. Okay, talk about doing stuff to make yourself feel a little bit scared. We've got quite a big room tomorrow, the two of us for an hour. No idea what we're doing. Literally no idea
That
what we're
sounds
doing.
like us doing Dig It for the first time. And it was terrifying.
Yes.
But actually, everyone will be coming to see you because they love you, Mel, and they love Sue. So to see you together. So I imagine she's going to talk to you about the book and maybe talk about some memories, because you did Edinburgh a lot together, didn't you?
We did Edinburgh a lot together, yes. And it's, similar to you two, there's a real friendship there and you've known each other for ages. You know that you've got each other's backs. And I think that is such a lovely thing. And I think obviously there are some fantastic male friendships out there. That's lovely. But I think it's a very particular thing with female friendships that you've got the history, you've got, you genuinely support each other. I think that's the key. And I'm not being disingenuous. There's been times over the last 39 years or whatever that I've known Sue. I'm sure that we've had moments of, little bits of jealousy or little bits of sort of off with each other. But at base that you've got each other, and that it's everything. It really is everything. And the older I get, my God, the more I realise that, you've got to cling to your real the real proper quality.
My dad died recently, which I've been talking about on the podcast, and
I'm so sorry, Jo.
It's okay. It's okay.
Bloody
I know
it's awful.
It's bloody.
It's
it's
awful.
horrid.
I'm
it's
so
really horrid.
sorry.
But I've just been bowled over by the kindness of people, which I've talked about. But my female friends, oh my God, they have come through for me so strongly. It's in so many different ways, whether it's a text at like midnight because they know that I'll probably still be awake then, or showing up at the funeral and just organising stuff, doing stuff. They just seem to have this intuition of knowing what you need, and they will go the extra mile. I've been blown away by...
It's very moving.
Yeah, it's really moving, isn't it? Yeah, and I presume you've had that as well.
Totally. I mean, I don't know... everyone's grieving process and everyone's grief is different. I felt when my parents died that you just feel like the roof's been blown off your house or something. It's just so mad. And I feel so lucky that I got to a grand old age before my parents died. I feel so lucky that I'd known them for so long, and but at any age, whatever age you are, it's a really, really massive thing. So my heart goes out to you.
Oh, thank you. But it was, I was massively supported. That's what I wanted to make the point of, that just by these female friends. I was also quite jealous because I saw your mum was very organised and she did funeral lists for you and told you exactly how she did the funeral to run. My dad didn't do that so much.
Oh, okay. No, we literally, we just ticked everything off. I mean, Mum, the detail. She'd been a nurse in her earlier life, and she was a very, very together woman, extraordinary, just a dynamo of lols, and quite strict as well. But my God, that list, it went on it was a big document, let me tell you, down to things like the colour of the Prosecco and things like.
Wow.
Literally things like, don't let so and so drink too much at the wake. Literally, because you know what they're like. It was stuff like that.
I guess you would do that though. You would if you were conscious and you knew that your death was coming, and you are a producer or an organizer or whatever it is. Then you would know all the way people are going to behave, and you would want everyone to be prepared.
Yeah. No, Jo, she did this 5 years before she died.
Bless her.
God.
Well, it's kind of inspired me to do mine, because Mum's stuff was, and she'd lost her husband, Rick, who was amazing. And when Rick died, it was carnage and chaos, and he, nothing was in order. And I watched her go through sort of trying to sort all that out over the years. Yeah. And so she'd got a little bit more organised, but she got sick and went very quickly. So, but there was laughter in that time, because she'd be like, no, that is the funeral director, and that's where Rick went, and la la la. And then my brother and I turned up going, I don't remember coming here when Rick died. And it was totally the wrong funeral director. And there were all these fantastic, hilarious moments where she was no, that's absolutely how it will go. So I quite loved the carnage and the chaos in those moments that make you laugh. But I'm going to take a leaf out of your mum's book. And do you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a document together for my kids.
Yeah. I mean, literally, Mum had said things like, I'd like the cake rack to go to, Cousin Ellie and the collection of wooden spoons to go. I mean, it's so everything, just, the level of detail.
That's brilliant.
It made it slightly scary because we thought if we don't do exactly what she said, something awful's going to happen and she'll haunt us, which, lovely in one way, but it's slightly scary in another. She'll come out of the bread bin or something. So that was a bit frightening. That was a little bit frightening.
What did you get from her? What did you take from her? Is there something that she left you?
So I was really chuffed, actually. Her mum, so my granny, was an illustrator, and there was a little collection of illustrations she'd done for a book in the 40s, I think, called The Snow Queen. Yeah, they're little tiny, and they're just that's just everything. That is
treasure.
Everything to me.
Real treasure.
Real proper treasure. Yeah, super.
Will you be going back on stage anytime soon? You were in company with the fabulous Jonathan Bailey, started with 10. You've done so many amazing productions. It's such a treat to see you on stage, Mel.
Thank
any
you.
plans? Right.
Okay. Again, talking about scaring yourself. I'm lifting up in the seat very, very slightly as I say this. Tonight, at the time of recording, it's a show called White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, and there's a different performer every night. I can feel the stomach is just up there. And I've got to turn up at the theatre at the time of recording, 5:30 this afternoon. Turn up at the theatre at 5:30. The show is at 7:30.
Wow.
You go on stage, there is a brown envelope waiting for you on stage. You open the envelope, you take out the script, and then you perform it for an hour and 20 minutes.
And you can
my God, on your own. You're the only person on stage.
Oh my Lord, that is terrifying, but how utterly fabulous.
Why are you doing this? I presume you're not being paid thousands and millions and gazillions of pounds.
No,
so what is it that makes you do these things?
Well, do you know what? It's lovely. It's lovely to be asked. It's lovely to be asked to do it, and any possible chance of getting on a stage, I do love, and I find it really hard to turn down. But the guy that put this together is an absolute legend. He's just an extraordinary guy. And he wrote a show called Echo that was on last year that I was involved in. And again, it was a thing where it's a different performer every night and you do not know what you're letting yourself in for. That's the whole point of it. So you're told, don't read any reviews of this. Don't ask anyone else who you think might have been involved. Asim Chowdhury might have done it last week. But anyway, so that's tonight.
Good luck. Break a leg.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess it's about the quality of the writing and the production, the people you're working with, and the prestige of doing something like that. And then the joy of doing it and doing it well, acing it.
Well, I think that's the thing. He's a very clever guy and he knows what he's doing. Cut to. If not, I'll just do some Morris dancing or something. I'll pull something out of the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Excellent.
I'll just do something.
If in doubt, do some Morris. Get the bells out. I love it. I love it. Do you love gardening, Mel? Are you green-fingered? And what's this about a quince tree?
Right. Let's take that in the order it came. Yes, I do love gardening. Green-fingered. Wish I was more green-fingered. But I've talked to you about this before, Jo, and I know I've talked to you about gardening before, and I know that you've sort of you've evolved, haven't you? You absolutely love it, and it's cut. I got the feeling that it's sort of it grows like a garden every year. Your love for it,
you learn more and you enjoy it more. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Well, getting there, hopefully. I'd love to get more into it, definitely. Now, the quince tree, I can actually see out of the corner of this eye. It's a great friend to me, this quince tree.
Tell us why.
And, well, unbelievably, its harvest was mega last year. And I think that might be down to a few different salts that I've been placing around its trunk, fertilized. Yes, it's very near the garden gate, which is just down there. There's the quince tree. I don't know if you have this thing. I've had this since I had kids. I can't make it often to the loo. I can't make it to the loo. So I have to have a fallback position, which is the quince tree.
Fantastic. She's a feral weir. I always loved her. I knew it.
It's that
It's
thing
quite
of not being able to get to the front door, isn't it? As soon as you get out
It's
the
the
car
front
and you're
door.
like,
It's the
okay,
front
the
door.
toilet is in sight. I know I can get there, but I've got to get through the
Yes.
front door and put my key in. But then
Yes. No,
you just
yeah.
start to go.
I do a thing when I'm halfway down the road where I feel the key in my pocket and I say, it's okay, the key's there. The key to the front door is there. We're just going to work. I talk myself through it. I'm going to get the key out of my pocket. It's fine. Absolutely. Here's the garden gate. Absolutely fine. And it's something about the garden gate opening and you sort of speed up and then it's just chaos. Absolute ruddy chaos.
But thank goodness, because the quince harvest has been fabulous. Have you
Quince
got
has
to
been
do you make quince jelly or give them to anyone to make, quince
Yeah.
chutney or anything? Good Christmas present with the added extra ingredient.
Yeah. Don't send me any. We do crate digging. We would love some of your cultural input now, things that you've been enjoying that you want to share with everybody.
Oh, listen, there's an amazing all-female Morris dancing group out there. They're based in the Gloucester Stroud area called Boss Morris. And they are absolutely wonderful. And I've seen them a couple of times this summer and I'm now slightly obsessed with them. And they are just everything that you want them to be. They're also really cool. They've brought the sort of cool into Morris dancing. They use fantastic DJs, composers. They all make these incredible, there's one of them that is an amazing sort of costume designer. They're just absolutely sensational. I think, is it Wet Leg, the band?
Yes.
I think Wet Leg might have asked them to sort of open their shows or something. That might be totally wrong.
Oh, I hope it's true.
Yeah,
Do you know
they're
what?
really, really brilliant.
We should tell Emily Evis. I think what do they call Boss Morris opening
Boss
the Pyramid
Morris.
stage at Glastonbury next year? I mean, it couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Could it?
Because
Yeah,
it makes you
they-
smile. There's so much joy in Morris dance. You can't be a miserable
Yeah.
Morris dancer, can you ever?
Yeah.
You have to be
No.
happy and smiling at all times. And
Yeah,
full of
they're-
exuberance and joy.
Yes, they're incredible. I last saw them at the Gloucester Cheese Roll, and they
Of course you did.
And they built this incredible new. I was about to say hose pipe. What do they dance around?
Maypole.
Not hose pipe. Built a huge
Don't mention
new.
hose pipes.
I'm sorry, I'm
The
mentioning
trickle
hose
is just a
pipes.
constant water reference.
Now I want to go. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to
wrap
curtail.
things up.
I need to get to the quince tree.
Three
The quince tree's
three
calling.
women who need to wee desperately. I
Sitting
love
very
it.
cross-legged. Good luck with the comeback.
yes.
It's amazing. Congratulations.
it's
What a brilliant
hilarious.
week. What a brilliant book. Yes, so
Absolutely
funny.
love them. Have fun with
Thank
Sue,
you.
your comedy partner. Do send her lots of love, won't you?
Oh, always.
And don't
Yeah,
make
she's on
us
great
wait
form.
too long for the Leatherhead the trilogy.
Good luck. Lots
Love
of
you
love.
Love the
too.
book.
Bye.
Thanks, Mel.
Dig It is a Persephonica production.